Putting me some flour down. I've had these proofing overnight. So we're going to do a brown sugar cinnamon loaf. Go ahead and get it going this morning. You want it to come clean out of the bowl by itself. Ta-da! All the bubbles. And it's okay if you pop them. So we're going to do a brown sugar cinnamon. Let's get this stretched out. The bubbles. You don't want to tear your dough. It can be a little finicky getting it stretched out, but that's all right. I'll get all those wonderful bubbles in there. That's some good stuff. Look at all the bubbles. Let's get us some brown sugar. Lay down here. It's already starting to form bubbles again. And remember, whenever you're working with inclusions, especially sugar, you want to make sure that you use some parchment paper laid down before you put it in your Dutch oven, because this will ooze out. I'll get some cinnamon. Sprinkle. We'll do a fold. We'll do another fold. I'll do some brown sugar on top right here. Sprinkle with some more cinnamon. Okay. And now we're going to, now when I do mine, I'll roll it up, and when I roll, I'm taking it and I'm tucking as I'm rolling. So you see right here how I'm tucking the sides as I'm rolling. So tuck and roll. And bring your sides over. Tuck and roll. Tuck and roll. This is when you're going to be pushing and pulling to building that tight tension up. Pushing and pulling. Building up the tight tension. Want an easy bounce back. And then we'll give it a little pat. Make sure that your Banneton is really good and floured. And when you put it in there, you want it to be seamless. This is where you can do your pinches to pinch the seam tight. We're gonna let this rest on the counter for an hour before we put it in the refrigerator. And then we're gonna bake this tonight. So just let that rest. We'll flour our surface again. We're gonna make a regular loaf. I made some homemade and chicken and noodles last night, so we're gonna have some regular sour bread with those chicken and noodles tonight. It'll fall clean out of its bowl itself. That's how you know that it did a really good bulk fermentation, plus all the bubbles on it. Such a pretty sight to watch it fall out of the bowl itself. There we go. Good clean bowl. You see all these bubbles? If you come here and look at all these bubbles right here, That's good. That's good fermenting dough. It's good stuff. And if you pop those, that's okay. It's really fun to work with dough. I really want to start using my discard. I've not really got to use my discard yet. And I'd really like to use the discard and make some focaccia bread. So I'm thinking about doing that over the weekend this weekend. We're supposed to be getting some snow coming in here to Kentucky. So these lazy snow days will be good for some focaccia bread or just baking in general. So I hope to do that over the weekend. All right. So just our normal folds. Same thing when you're rolling up, tuck in the sides. You're going to do your push and pulls. If you could smell this, it smells so good. And the longer that I let it stay in the refrigerator, the more sour it is going to be. So, but we want this bread tonight, so I'm going to let it stay in the refrigerator about all day today until I get off work. I get off work at 3, but we will not start eating until around 6:30. So I'll probably take this out at 5, let it rest on the counter for an hour, and then after it does its rest, that's when I will bake. Look how beautiful that is. So we'll take our flour, so on top here, wrap it around nicely, and look, all the bubbles starting to form again. Look how beautiful. You want your dough to shape like this in this bowl and not to lose that shape. Give her a little tap, and then in the Bannatyne she goes. It's already got a good seam on it. So there we go. Come back for baking. Well, hello everybody, welcome back. So I wanted to show you our loaves that we were prepping yesterday and also early this morning. They have been in the refrigerator all day, and I wanted to show you what they look like. I've already got them on parchment paper, and I have already put in my designs that I would want to. So I've already they've already been shaped, already been everything. So I wanted to show you. This is our regular loaf. So I've already scored the regular loaf, and I put a heart on top of it, and also a big nice ear on the side. So this is our regular loaf, and over here is our brown sugar and cinnamon loaf. And as you can see, it's already starting to run out. And I told you all yesterday that anytime that you're doing inclusions, especially sugar, to make sure you definitely have parchment paper because it will ooze out. It says brown sugar cinnamon, and I just did the original scoring on this, which is the X. So I've got my 2 Dutch ovens in the oven. They have been preheating in the oven now for over 30 minutes. And on 450 degrees, we are going to put our sourdough breads in our Dutch ovens. With the lid on, we are going to cook them at 450 degrees for 30 minutes. And then after that, the lid off for 15 minutes. So come back and we will show you what it looks like. See you back here in a few minutes. Happy baking. Regular sourdough loaf, the heart, good twist, and our cinnamon brown sugar loaf.